Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from True Crime Chat with Mommy Ramblings, and I'm here with a really disturbing case. A 19-year-old has been arrested. She was on the run for several days, and she's charged with the murder of a man in his 30s who she allegedly poured a flammable liquid on and lit on fire along with his 26-year-old girlfriend. She was the person that was allegedly a getaway driver in another murder last year of a 20-year-old girl who was shot in her sleep. Yet the judge dismissed the charges, saying that the prosecution did not bring sufficient evidence. Now here she is, less than a year later, being charged with this. So let's take a look at this. This is really very disturbing. So in September of last year, a judge in Harris County found no probable cause to charge 18-year-old Emma Presler. Now, Emma was arrested shortly after 20-year-old Sierra Rhodds was shot while she was asleep. Now, Sierra also suffered from cerebral palsy, and she was shot and killed in her bed in the Cypress area of Texas on a Sunday night. She was shot through her bedroom window while she was sleeping, and Emma was accused of being the getaway driver. But in court, the judge chastised the prosecutors and the investigators for not making a clear and convincing connection between the getaway cars spotted at the shooting and finding Emma Presler nearby in a similar truck several minutes later. And I quote the judge as saying, "Just because I drive a red truck doesn't mean I'm involved in a murder. There's a lot of things that indicate she may be involved, but until you have something that goes beyond reasonable suspicion, you don't have probable cause." Sierra's mother, Karissa Lindros, was very angered by that development last September, saying, and I quote, "I don't know what else evidence they need," she said. She was in the car. "I'm sick to my stomach about the whole thing." The Harris County Sheriff's Office at the time was looking for at least 3 people involved in Sierra's murder. And at that time, they had 2 male suspects who were believed to have actually fired the shots, but they had not even been arrested yet. Crystal, Sierra's mom, said, "I just want all of them to go to jail and rot in hell. That's what I want, because I will never, ever be the same, ever." Investigators believe the shooting was part of a retaliation plan against Sierra's 15-year-old brother. And Crystal says they've had to call the police before. I quote her saying, "I just hate these people. I have called the cops. They've been at my house 17 times. Meanwhile, the sheriff's office said its deputies have been to the house several times, but not in the double digits. Sierra was not involved in any dispute. She was shot and killed while she was sleeping and was just the unintended victim in this. Dozens of shots were fired right through the family's home, which was on Timbercrest, around 11 p.m. on a Sunday night. Sierra's brother and parents were also home, but they were not hit. Her father says, "She was my baby. One minute she was there, and the next minute she was gone." Investigators say the shooters took off in several vehicles, including a stolen motorcycle, which was dropped nearby, and found a red pickup truck and one other car with no description. And at the time, deputies said someone was inside the truck when it was found and was questioned. In court back in September, prosecutors confirmed that Emma was the person inside that red truck. However, they could not present any immediate evidence that showed that she either fired a weapon or was seen running away from the home when the shots were fired. The Harris County District Attorney's Office had no official comment on the finding of no probable cause. Investigators were encouraged to gather more evidence and, if the situation warrants, present Emma's case to a grand jury. "She was the heart of our family," said her mother. "I don't even know what I would do without her. She was my best friend." Now, Emma's boyfriend at the time and 3 others have since been arrested and charged with Sierra's murder. But the story doesn't end there. Now, Sierra's father took the media on this tour of the house, which I watched during my research on these cases, and his heart was absolutely broken. He said, "They took my angel from me, they took my heart." And he also said that this was a cowardice move. They are the scum of the earth. And he talked about how horrific it is to see your child dying, trying to say something to you with her last breath. And it was just heartbreaking. 5 days later, Crystal gave an interview about what happened 5 days later, saying that she was his whole world, and this father was his daughter's protector because they said she would never ride a bike, and he taught her to ride a bike and all of that. And he was just a broken man and was bipolar, and something happened, and I guess he got into a fight with his father-in-law, and he allegedly tried to strangle him, and his father-in-law shot and killed him. So now Crystal lost not only her daughter, but her husband. And this within 5 days. She expressed how many times she called police about this gang and how she thought her son would be killed. They had guns, they had this, they had that, they were at the house, and she said nothing was done. And now she's lost her daughter and her husband, and the only consolation she has is that they're together. It's just horrific. Because a little less than a year after the charges were dismissed, Emma Presler is once again in custody and charged with murder in connection to a fire that killed 33-year-old Devin Graham earlier this month. The Montgomery County District Attorney's Office says that Emma Presler was arrested in Waller County on Thursday. She had been on the run. This incident happened August 6th in the 2000 block of Aspen Glade Drive near Hidden Pines Drive in the Woodland Hills Village neighborhood. Devin's girlfriend, Karissa Lindros, 26, was also in the home at the time and suffered severe burns to 70% of her body. Both Devin and Karissa were airlifted to a hospital, but Devin Graham, father of 3, died days later. Before he died, Devin told investigators that a woman had broken in and poured an unknown substance on him and lit him on fire. You know, there's even a greater tragedy. This girl has gone on, allegedly, and taken away the father of 3 children and burned a 26-year-old woman, 70% of her body. She's having multiple operations. Her aunt says she's hoping she'll survive, and it's unbelievable, just unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. You could say this family may feel, I don't know, they probably feel even more infuriated that another couple had to be affected. That she wasn't taken off the street last September, and this never would have happened to this couple. It's horrific. It's horrific, but that's the story. Sad one, and our prayers and hearts go out to everyone involved in this, all the victims, their families. It's terrible, and it must be noted that I did see, as I was researching this case, a video from her step-grandfather Emma's, and of course he said he didn't believe that she could have ever been involved in the shooting of Sierra. Well, I wonder what he's saying tonight about Emma. It's just horrific. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.